Everyone, Lensmanoz here, and welcome back to Manufactio 2. We are back on a server. The file is working okay. It's the only way to describe it, is it's okay. This will mean that Chilled will eventually be able to join back in, but it does mean that my connection is actually worse, because this is now on a purchased server to see how it performs. And a big shout out to Matakari for lending us the server to test it. Yeah, things are kind of laggy. The quarry itself can hold items in its buffer, and I think that's part of its problem. Currently up there at the moment, that's holding about 16,000 items. Now, the only way to see that is using an item I had to cheat in, because it's not available in the pack. And come on, I'm pretty sure I clicked the button there. Thank you. This thing here, the status checker from Quarry Plus. And we'll head up there now, and I'll show you all what it's like. So we are waiting currently for the next update. Golrith has announced there's an update coming, and I'm hoping it'll give me a couple of extra things to do. I think it's mainly bug fixes, quality of life type stuff, which is cool. It's always very appreciative. I'm always very appreciative for any updates. You can see the quarry has done its thing so far. I thought I was falling off. But there was a lot of water in here, and that was causing a lot of problems. So I actually spent probably about an hour in creative mode just fixing things up and getting rid of the water. One thing I did notice, so I can right click with this and it tells me about the power drill. It says there's 16,000, or about 16,000 items in total. Also says fluid storage is empty. Now if I right click on this without an item, I've actually put the quarry pump module in here. Again, that's another item I've had to cheat in. I'm hoping this sort of helps. I have come up here just before and there was a little bit of water in this portable tank. Now it's, again, entirely set up just to test some stuff, and hence why I'm cheating in a couple of items. The pump module will, if it works the way the original Quarry Plus Pump Plus works, you used to put a Quarry Plus down and then you put another block next to it called a Pump Plus, and then you could output fluids from that. So really cool in some of the old worlds where you could have, I don't know, things like UU matter spawned in, or you have all these different fluids in world and you could pump them up using the quarry at the same time, and again reduce lag caused on servers, games, etc. Any on Minecraft itself for flowing water. But yeah, as I said, there was a little bit of water, and it's probably about half full of water. And again, I've just got, let me just lean out without falling off. I've just got a valve here with a trash bin here, just so I can dump if need be. Actually, you know what's really bad here? That's dumping power. Derp. Yeah, that's not good. No wonder the quarry's not running the way it should. You can lie down there somewhere. Let me pick that up. And pick that up and actually put it somewhere where it's not. Yeah, that was a big derp on my part, because those trash cans can void anything. If I do this, trash bin there, and then we'll get rid of this block. Cool. And then I'll put the valve there instead. So hopefully I can rotate it. No, not that one, that one. Cool. And that will enable me to dump it out. And that should give the quarry back its power. I'm looking at it, it's got 0 because it's using it up. Uses 135 FE a tick. Open the bag up. Again, as I was saying, the connection, I think the server's based in Texas. There is a lot of spam in the console, so I wouldn't mind eventually think there's something like 400 entities in my world though, so it's not exactly a pretty world in terms of things not moving. So I should probably get rid of some of these belts. Some of the stuff that's just sort of hanging around not doing anything is probably, causing some issues. I've got a lot of logi pipes, but again, like that's not the end of the earth. I might build a bridge pipe through here somewhere. But yeah, I've turned off the observatory. There was things breaking in the observatory, but mine actually worked fine through it. Yeah, I every time I log in, I need to do a bunch of cleanup and tidying of things that have gone wrong, so to speak. I'm kind of inviting things to come and not that the mobs are on, but I would be inviting things to come and chew on my head at this point with the way this is set up at the moment. But otherwise, things are, working. And again, this is just testing and kind of using the server component as just looking for bugs to help with the pack. So yeah, here I go and make a whole bunch of entities on the ground. So yeah, again, I've got a bunch of cleanup to do. Today I wouldn't mind. I've got one. Oh, almost walked off the edge. I've got one item I want to get done, and it's because I never have sand. Right, so I very, very rarely do I have sand in my network here. Now I could push the gravel to sand pulverization again. I always have tons of cobble, and there's quite a bit. I'm guessing a good portion of that 16,000 cobble up there is of those items up there is cobble. We never have sand. I do have a way of just creating sand, which again is just a crafting recipe, but I don't do that very often. I did upgrade this to a next tier, so we're going to end up with like 40,000 stone. This will just be processing through. So again, that's another way of using some of that cobble. I put a second grinder in, and this one is set up for, I'm pretty sure I did redstone and uranium. Yep, and then left this one for coal. Yeah, so if I want more sand, for example, I can just come up here and just request gravel. I think I can get about 300 in here in one hit. Did it twice. And that just feeds into this one, feeds into that one, etc., etc. But yeah, I'd like to set up silicon production. So silicon, we're currently using the crude silicon boule. So if I do a recipe on this, this is sandy coal compound. Apparently you can use silicon ore. This is sandy coal compound into crude silicon boule, and sandy coal is 9 processed coal, 8 sand gives 1 sandy coal. Now we've got the silicon boule here, just kind of a pure one. Now it requires two things. It requires molten silicon and it requires a silicon seed. So this is in a casting machine. So I do have a casting machine in my inventory. Now, I don't know if this is an input or if this is like a recipe. So I'll find out soon. I'm going to start with the molten bit first. We are going to need to make one seed at least, in which case I'm going to need chemical plant with nitrogen and molten silicon. So we do have nitrogen around. Again, I don't know if this is a use. Let's have a look at iron plate, for example. Iron plate in a casting machine. Yeah, so that says doesn't get consumed, but I'm assuming because the silicon one doesn't have that uses, it doesn't say doesn't get consumed on it, it'll use it. So we're going to need a couple of things. We're going to need the chemical plant to make the silicon seeds. We're going to need the casting machine to make the actual silicon boule. We're also going to, eventually we're going to need the assembly machine to use silicon boule instead of the crude one. And again, it's still the same sort of output, just less chance of consumption of the blade. And then we're also going to need an induction furnace to process the molten silicon, or silicon dust into molten silicon. So we've got a little bit of silicon dust. Where is it? Have a look here. I think it's this one. Got a little bit of silicon dust in the network. Not tons, but again, in terms of silicon dust, it's made from, it's a byproduct, 5% byproduct of cobble grinding into gravel. It also comes from, it's some of the outputs from the ore processing or ore waste processing. So we will get it occasionally anyway. Not tons of it, but at least this way we can get silicon ore from asteroid miners. So there's plenty of ways of us finding and using this stuff. So pretty sure the server had a thing to turn rain off actually. So we've got nitrogen here. Pretty sure that's a nitrogen line. Yes. So I want to set up the chem plant out here somewhere. Do need to adjust the configs on the rads. Something not quite right with either client or server. Pretty sure the server's set to 1000. Maybe my client's not set correctly. I'll have to play with that later. But let's find somewhere to dump all the junk that's in my inventory. Would be nice. I don't know if I can put it in here. Can I? You go in there? Worth a try, everyone. I'm gonna say there's a junk chest over here somewhere. Which is full of junk, of course. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay. So let's convert the chem plant to a chest. Let's convert the induction furnace to a chest. And then the casting machine to a chest. And we'll place these three guys down on the ground. And we're going to set it up here somewhere. Again, I wanted the chem plant near this line here so we can set things in motion. Let me put things down and work out whichever one's which. Can I get rid of them? Yes, I can. And let's get out some pipes. Plier. We're going to need a little bit more of that. Maybe the basics. Okay. Okay. So let's work on the chemical plant first. Okay, cool. Here's a chem plant. If I rotate that completely around, I can sort of hopefully feed off there. Awesome. Let's get rid of that one. And then this will be making our silicon, this one, the silicon seed. So that is literally just nitrogen and molten silicon. Okay, so nitrogen we can get 1 hardened fluid duct on me. Of course I do. I have more in my bag. Yes, I've got quite a number more. Okay, so there's nitrogen. All right, so the other side of this, this turret's basically useless anyway. So this will produce the seeds. And then I want to make the liquid, and I need to pump the liquid over there. Also need to pump it into induction furnace, casting machine. So let's just charge these two guys. Okay. The induction furnace, I'm going to pop. Which side will the output be? Output will be this side. Cool. So let's put it put it here. And then let's put this. I don't know, I kind of want it. Put it there. Is it too far away? I think it'll be okay. We need, obviously, fluid outputs here. Gonna run ducts down and probably under the floor. You know what? For now. So, and so, good. So they're all going to need power. I'm going to have to run either power out here or get some sort of... I mean, I've got power over there somewhere. All right, so you are going to require supplier pipe. You're going to be requesting silicon dust. 32 in there at all times. Now that should melt down to good silicon. So much of me just wants to dodgy this up and just do this. All right. Okay. Over here, this is going to require a there, and that's going to need silicon seeds. We're just going to keep, I don't know, 16 stocked. And then we're going to have an output here, so this is going to need a provider. Where else would we have piping around here? Probably, oh, we've got power here too, cool. We can potentially just run power under. You gonna have a provider. We can just get our normal pipe here, and again, rough and ready. Really, really rough and ready. Cool. Right, so I think all it needs now, thank you Outlook for telling me I have an email. All it needs now is power. So I've got some MV ducts on me. I'll probably need to, I don't think I'll get wireless power out this far. I really don't because of what's going on over here. Let's put one down. Yeah, not in effect. It's cool. I'll put that back in my bag. Do I have more? Got LV ducts. It's not ideal. Go and get some. Power here. It's got wireless power. What was the power for this? Is it? Yeah. That's not terrible, right? We can connect up right here. Bring it. So I've got power. I wonder if this one will actually get wireless power, because that should be. Let's try it. Do you get... Oh, you do. Not enough energy, but power's there. You... No, don't need... You just need fluid. You got nitrogen. You just need the metal. Okay. Don't have enough for this. I need to get some more. Let's quickly. What? Turn the rain off, actually. Don't think I can. Let's get some more cable. You can take all this junk. Don't carry anymore. You may notice there's a bit of a change here. I've disconnected the factory from this for the moment. Because anything I put in here goes into that singularity. And then anything that's in the singularity, the logistics pipe network has access to. So I have actually dropped a few items in there, and they've been like extracted almost straight away into the network and used elsewhere. So that, you know, this is pretty much what's in that thing now. So you can see there's a bunch of materials in here that could be used elsewhere, and there's some stuff that probably just needs to be thrown in a bin. But anything I drop in here is accessible to me and accessible to the network, to the LP network. So again, there's junk like that. But at least this way I can just extract straight away. So if I do MV in here, okay, so there's 6 ducts, that's fine, I'll take them. And then in this, I should be able to request a stack. Those fluid ducts away, those should get converted to something else. Take the hardened fluid ducts with me. So if I put this in here, oops, I didn't take them back, I just put them in the table. If I put these into here, potentially they'll get extracted straight out and used somewhere else. Maybe. If that actually did its transfer. But yeah, anything I drop in here, so if I drop some cobble in, if I drop some sand in, I don't know if I've got any more of that sort of stuff lying around. I mean, hang on, marble's a good example because I do void all the marble. So let me just grab this 53 marble. Good extract. Maybe not straight up, there it goes. That'll go over to where the tree farm is because it's scrapped in the trash bin that's in the tree farm. But yeah, just an example of using this. I don't know how much this is killing the server, to be honest. Potentially it is, and hopefully the update will bring some refined storage would be nice, Golrith. Again, I understand life is a thing. Yeah, but I don't think I've got too many items in there. It's got 621 slots used. Hopefully that's not terrible, but again, anything I want to take out of there, I can just pull out of this and throw it in the bin, for example. Now I've got some green research in here that I don't really have a use for. Anyway, I was getting requested requested the MV ducting. They're really good. Oh, and here I requested this 25 nuclear research, so I could actually hand something in, which is this one. There we go, U52. All right, so that's silicon that I had. Silicon. Do you require? Yes, you require P15 in the induction furnace. So let's get P15. Let's put the U away. Okay, so we'll put this into the induction furnace and hopefully, once it's all hooked up, it'll work as intended. Oop, that's a power connector. Get to the power connector. Did I just light the tree on fire? I might have to make sure that do fire tick is turned off. So you're the induction furnace, not enough energy yet, that's cool. You need this. P15 plan. You already have, yes, you've got silicon dust. Just literally need to hook up the power. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hoping that we get this doing its thing. Yes. Excellent. We are making liquid silicon. Molten silicon is now a thing. I'm going to open the valve. I have put that there. Yes, you should apparently work. I've got the console open. Oh, yeah, cool. We are producing silicon seeds. We have 3 silicon seeds in here. There goes another one. Missing fluid input. Okay, let's see. Molten silicon and nothing. Molten silicon and nothing is silicon seed. 576. Okay, there, it actually needs more. Okay, so it's 1. Just needs a little bit more and it can actually craft it. Unless it's already crafted one. Oh yeah, there we go. So we're getting silicon balls. Again, this stuff we can use here to turn into the wafers. And as you can see here, 22% chance of consumption. If I do use on this guy, it's just a very slightly less chance of consumption. Gives the same output, but if I don't have sand, then I can potentially use that instead. So I could come over here, wherever this one is. It's over here somewhere. Catalyst. I think it's one of these ones. Steel saw blade, silicon wafer. So not enough inventory output. We've got steel saw blades in here. We have crude silicon boules. And I'm assuming we have 64 wafers. That's cool. Nothing's stopping me. I think it'll work if I potentially put here. Basic in the middle there. And I tell you to keep that one in there, and maybe if it runs out of these, it will be able to process that. I mean, that's possible. Here they come, I think. All around the network. They should turn up in here. Maybe. Put them there. There they are. Awesome. So another way, I think that'll be okay. Another way of producing the silicon wafer. But I mean, as you can see there, we are good for silicon wafer. Can I probably check that flame that was up in the tree, eh? Hopefully fire tick was turned off. Alright, so again, you know, we're kind of, I'm kind of at that point where I'm just testing things, and if the server's a little bit slow for me, the server's just a little bit slow. Hopefully this means Chilled will get a better connection, so we won't have the days where he gets booted off 5 and 6 times just trying to connect. But yeah, let's have a quick look in here. I do have silicon ore in here right now. Look at that. That's a good time for it. Got quite a few patterns still in here. We're working through. And on tin asteroids, probably don't need tin at the moment. And I could run with the gold one next, maybe. Nope. Do that one. Sure, do iron and then tin in here. But we've got silicon. You know, let's just do that. Quite a few aluminium and copper ones in there. And then again, this is turned off, but we've got quite a number in here too. Let's really quickly, to wrap up the episode, set up processing of the silicon ore, because it's got two uses. One through a grinder to get silicon dust, just a 1.5 potential. And the other is just to process it straight into crude silicon pool. But I think I'm going to take the chance of a doubling. Let's pick up all these eggs, because that'll happen. That's entities. Entities everywhere. I'm probably just going to use the redstone uranium one. I know I end up over-capitalizing on what I've got here, but let's set you up to be this one. Keep 32 in hand. Pop that in there. And it should process it into silicon dust, which will get extracted, sent over to that storage crate thing, ready for, you know, being sent over to the processing into the good stuff. There, there's an episode for you guys. Again, hopefully Chilled will be back soon. Yeah, the deliveries being a bit painful for him, but shortly he should be back. Fingers crossed, back playing again. But until next time, thank you all for watching. Got some cleaning up of stuff to do in here. Make some more. What else we got? I think I'm always out of iron. A lot of diamonds. Look at that. Want some diamonds, anyone? We're out of iron. Lead's okay. Tin, silver, one of the two. Copper's average. So iron's probably where we're hurting at the moment. Anyway, I'll pump some more iron through the processing setup. And there's probably a ton sitting in here waiting to be processed. Just a little bit out of there. Cobalt. Yeah, here's some iron right here. Just waiting for the silver to go away. Awesome. As I was saying, till next time, thank you for watching. Apologies for the rain in game. And hope you come back and join me next time. Thanks for watching. See you later.